I have a sister, Kate, who's 45 years old and resides at Prader-Willi Homes of Oconomowoc. I don't know how familiar any of you are with Prader-Willi syndrome. It's a very specialty, I don't want to say disorder, it's a chromosomal problem. But it has so many facets. There are musculoskeletal problems, there are digestive problems, there are bowel problems. I could go on and on and on. There's different degrees of retardation. The part of your brain that tells you you're full does not function. They eat themselves to death. I thank God every day for Prader-Willi Homes of Oconomowoc. They designed, because they are a loving, caring residential facility, they have outlined a staff to facilitate to the needs of their residents. And they know that they're educated in all the different facets, psychiatric, they have an on-staff nurse, which is a cost savings because instead of chasing to the doctor, they pick their skin until there's massive holes in them. They have all the staff on board for the needs for their residents. And now the cuts are being made. And I'm beside myself because when my sister moved to PWHO 9 years ago, she was in congestive heart failure because of her weight. They're very short, their appendages are very small. You wouldn't treat a cancer patient as you would somebody with cerebral palsy. And we have been fighting, PWHO has been fighting for the longest time to get the assessment tool changed. Just as you wouldn't treat a cancer patient like somebody with the same as somebody else that has another disease, they shouldn't be measuring, using the same assessment tool for funding for my sister's category or cerebral palsy or any of these catastrophic things that people are going to live their lives with and the same measuring tool as the elderly. It just doesn't make any sense. I've also called the, what is that we just said, the disability rights when the funding was starting to be cut, and I had no, they said they couldn't help me either. So I would be happy to call your number and join any kind of lawsuit that may be ongoing because I love my sister and I need to make sure that she's going to be taken care of. Thank you.
Well, your story is really very powerful in a lot of different ways, and I would encourage you also to be in contact with your legislators so that they're hearing you've done that. That's good. And really, we're driving towards some of the points that I was making in my presentation, which is you have to have an assessment that's appropriate to the needs of the person. If it's going to, if the funding is going to be based on an assessment, it needs to be valid. And the supports intensity scale looks at a number of different areas in the person's life where they need support, including medical support and home living. And some very many things that you mentioned would actually probably put your individual at a very high level of support needs. And if you have a high level of support needs, it's going to cost something, and that's where the quality issue comes in.
I deal with family care, and I'll tell you, I think I'm speaking for most of the parents who are now on family care. It's been nothing but a confusing mess. I did have one wonderful gal in Milwaukee on Layton. She has quit, and I can understand why she has quit because she is a very caring, very hardworking person, and I don't think she could deal with it anymore. It's a mess.